Hi, recently the ferrule broke on one of my wood turning gouges and I just thought I'd show you how I'm going to repair it. A woodworking gouge has a tang on it, which is this section here, and that goes into a mortise in the end of the handle. Because the handle is only quite slim here, you can see that with a lot of leverage on the tool it would be quite easy to split. And the job of the ferrule is basically to provide a strong band around the material, around the wood, so that it won't split. Clearly this one wasn't very good. My method for repairing this today is going to be using a small section of 3/4 inch copper tubing. It's a fair bit thicker than the original ferrule, so I'm confident that it's strong enough for the job. Unfortunately, it is a little bit loose, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to make that fit better. The first thing I want to do is remove what appears to be either lacquer or glue around the end of the wooden shaft. I'm just using a scraper to do that. Now, measuring the diameter, you should better see it's somewhere between 17 and 18 millimeters. Next, I drill a hole into the end grain of a block of hardwood. That will take the end of the handle, mark the length and cut off, and now work this hole with files, or as I got here, a microplane, until it's a nice tight fit on the end of the handle. Of course, if you're lucky enough to have a drill of the exact size, you can avoid this step. And that's lovely and tight. I'll just apply some glue and stick it in there. Well, clearly, as you heard there, that was slightly too tight, but no matter, we can glue on the edge that broke off, and we should better clamp it together tight in the vise and allow it to dry. Once the block's well and truly glued on there, we can start to cut away a lot of the excess. Remember, we need to get the slightly larger copper tubing over the end here. There's not an awful lot of material we've had to add. The aim is to achieve something like a regular hexagon. Now you see it overlaps a little bit here, so I can cut it to length. Now use a file to fit the copper tubing over the bulked out handle. Work it slightly tapered so that the main handle end is wider than the top. That will avoid you making it too loose down at the far end. So fit the top first of all and then gradually work your way down. And that's just about going on. That's good. That's a good, really tight fit at the very top. Won't go any further, so I just need to bring those sides in parallel with how I finish the top, and it should fit nicely. And that's great. Well, as you can see, I've broken out the metal turning lathe. And I'm just facing off the end of the tube to make it nice and square, and then I shall put a slight bevel on the inside so that it pushes home onto the handle nice and easily without splintering. So with that bit of machining done, we can now reassemble the gouge. And don't worry if you don't have a lathe, you can do all those operations with files. Remember to put the tang back in the way it came out. Then working over a bench leg, you gradually pound the tang into the handle. With the tang established in the hole, we then just want to tap our ferrule down into position, protecting it by using a piece of hardwood. That's just reaching the shoulder on the handle. Now we need to finish inserting the tang. For a final finish, I just like to take a punch and a hammer and peen over the top of the ferrule. That just ensures there aren't any sharp edges that we could catch our fingers on. And that's our job done.